हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू Nios एजुकेशन पॉइंट। आज की इस क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे क्लास 12 का पॉलिटिकल साइंस, जिसका कोड है 317। हम लोग उसका आज TMA सॉल्व करेंगे। ये अप्रैल एंड अक्टूबर बैच के लिए है। बिना कुछ देरी किए चलिए हम लोग शुरू करते हैं। तो ये आप लोग का TMA का क्वेश्चन पेपर है, आप लोग देख सकते हैं। तो नंबर 1 में हम लोगों ने ए चूज किया है, वो है आइडेंटिफाई एनी टू सेफगार्ड्स ऑफ लिबर्टी। तो इसका आंसर है there are many safeguards of liberty, but here are two examples. Separation of powers. This refers to the division of government into different branches, each with its own specific powers and responsibilities. The idea behind this safeguard is to prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful and potentially infringing on the liberties of citizens. Number 2. Bill of Rights. This is the name given to the first 10 amendment to the United States Constitution. These amendments, which were added to 1791, protect individuals' freedom and rights such as freedom of speech, religion, and the press and the right to bear arms. These rights are meant to be protected from government interference. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 यहाँ पर खत्म होता है। तो चलिए हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में चलते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में हम लोगों ने बी चूज किया है, वो है elaborate limitations or to the office of the chief विजिलेंस कमीशन। तो इसका आंसर है ये। The Chief Vigilance Commission (CVC) is a statutory body in India that is responsible for advising and assisting the central government in matters related to vigilance and the prevention of corruption. The CVC has several limitations in the exercise of its power and function. Some of these limitations are: number 1, the CVC does not have the power to initiate investigations on the or to file cases in court. It can only make recommendations to the appropriate authorities for further action. Number 2, the CVC does not have the power to enforce its recommendation or to ensure that they are implemented. It is up to the concerned authority to take action based on the CVC's recommendation. Number 3, the CVC does not have the power to punish or penalize corrupt officials. It can only recommend disciplinary action to the concerned authorities. Number 4, the CVC does not have the power to investigate cases involving the Prime Minister or the Chief Justice of India. These cases are handled by special agencies such as Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI). The CVC is dependent on the cooperation of other government agencies in the discharge of its function. If these agencies do not provide the necessary information or assistance, the CVC may be hampered in performance of its duty. Number 6. The CVC is not a constitutional body and does not have the same power and protections as constitutional bodies such as the Election Commission or the Comptroller or and Auditor General. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 भी यहाँ पर खत्म हो जाता है। तो चलिए हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में जाते हैं। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में हम लोगों ने ए चूज किया है, वो है लिस्ट आउट एनी टू एडवांटेजेस ऑफ द प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन सिस्टम। तो इसका आंसर है Number 1. Proportional representation (PR) system aim to more closely align the number of seats a political party or group holds in a legislative body with the number of votes it received in an election. This means that PR system often results in more diverse and representative government, as smaller parties and majority groups are more likely to win seats. PR systems can also help to reduce political polarization and encourage more cooperation between two parties, as parties are often required to form coalitions in order to form a government. This can lead to more moderate and consensus-driven policies, as parties merge together and find common grounds in order to govern effectively. हम लोग का नंबर 3 भी यहाँ पर खत्म हो चुका है। तो चलिए हम लोग नंबर 4 में चलते हैं। तो नंबर 4 में हम लोगों ने बी चूज किया है, और वो है डिस्कस ओरिजिनल jurisdiction of the High Court in India। तो इसका आंसर है The original jurisdiction of the High Court in India refers to the power of court to hear cases directly rather than hearing an appeal from a lower court. The High Court has original jurisdiction in certain types of cases, include Number 1. Cases involving the interpretation of the Constitution. The High Court has the power to interpret the Constitution and to issue orders and judgments based on these interpretations. Cases involving the fundamental rights of citizens. The High Court has the power to hear cases involving the violation of fundamental rights such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to fair trade. Number 3. Cases involving the power and duties of the government. The High Court has the power to hear cases involving the powers and duties of the government, including cases related to the administration of justice, the administration of public service, and the protection of the public interest. Number 4. Cases involving the jurisdiction of lower courts. The High Court has the power to hear cases including the jurisdiction of lower courts, including cases related to the jurisdiction of the district court and magistrate court and other lower court. Overall, the original jurisdiction of the High Court in India is an important aspect of the Indian legal system. as it allows the court to hear and decide cases directly rather than relying on the decisions of lower court. This helps to ensure that justice is served and the rights of citizens are protected. तो नंबर 4 भी हम लोग का हो गया। ये हम लोग का नंबर 5 में चलते हैं। फिर नंबर 5 में हम लोगों ने एक चूज किया है और वो है एग्जामिन द मेन फंक्शंस ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स ऑफिस। तो इसका आंसर है द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स ऑफिस plays a central role in the government of the country and is responsible for a wide range of functions. Some of the main functions of Prime Minister's office include: number one, setting the agenda for the government. The Prime Minister is responsible for determining the priorities of the government and establishing the policies that will be pursued by the government. Number two, leading the cabinet. The Prime Minister is the head of the cabinet, the group of senior ministers who are responsible for running the governments. The Prime Minister is responsible for chairing cabinet meetings and ensuring that the government is working effectively. Number three, coordinating policy development. The Prime Minister's office is responsible for coordinating the development of government policy across different departments and agencies. Number 4, communication with the public. The Prime Minister's office is responsible for communicating the policies and priorities of the government to the public through press release, interviews, and other public statements. Number 5, representing the country. The Prime Minister is often the face of the country internationally and is responsible for representing the country on the world's stage. This can involve negotiating with other countries, attending international meetings, and making official visits. तो हम लोग का नंबर 5 ये यहाँ पर ख़त्म हो गया है। अब हम लोग नंबर 6 में जाते हैं। नंबर 6 में हम लोगों ने बी चूज़ किया है और वो है ये undertake a survey of 220 families of your neighborhood and make 2 headings on the basis given below information. Number 1, make a list of major human rights available to citizens as per the Indian Constitution. Number 2, challenges faced by the people in the realization of the major human rights listed in the Constitution. तो ये हम लोग का क्वेश्चन है। तो इसका आंसर है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस सर्वे ड्रॉ अ कंक्लूजन। तो इसका ये आंसर यहाँ पर आपको एक टेबल बना लेना है। ऊपर में लिख देना आपको लिस्ट ऑफ मेजर ह्यूमन राइट्स और यहाँ पर लिख देना है मेजर चैलेंजेस। उसके बाद ह्यूमन राइट्स के नीचे फर्स्ट पॉइंट लिखना है राइट ऑफ इक्वालिटी। तो और उसका सामने चैलेंज में लिखना है पोवर्टी एंड इकोनॉमिक इनइक्वालिटी। उसके बाद सेकंड पॉइंट लिखना है राइट टू फ्रीडम। फिर चैलेंजेस में लिखना है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बेस्ड ऑन रेस, जेंडर, रिलीजन एंड अदर फैक्टर्स। उसके बाद आपको नंबर 3 में लिखना है राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉयटेशन। उसके बाद आपको चैलेंजेस में लिखना है 3, लैक ऑफ एक्सेस टू एजुकेशन एंड हेल्थ केयर। नंबर 4 में लिखिएगा राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, फिर चैलेंजेस में लिखिएगा करप्शन एंड अब्यूज ऑफ पावर बाय अथॉरिटीज। उसके बाद 5 में लिखिएगा कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशन राइट्स। तो इसके बाद लिखिएगा चैलेंजेस में लैक ऑफ इनफोर्समेंट ऑफ लॉज एंड पॉलिसीज प्रोटेक्टिंग ह्यूमन राइट्स। नंबर 6 में लिखिएगा राइट टू पोवर्टी। और उसके बाद लिखिएगा आप इसी लाइन में राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज। उसके बाद आपको एक कंक्लूजन लिखना है, वो है based on the survey of 20 families in the neighborhood, it appeared that major challenges to the realization of human rights in India include poverty and economic inequality, discrimination, and the lack of access to education and healthcare. There are also a problem with corruption and abuse of power by authorities, as well as a lack of enforcement of laws and policies protecting human rights. तो आज का हम लोग का वीडियो यहाँ पर ख़त्म होता है। TMA सॉल्व हो गया है। अगर आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो कर लीजिए, क्योंकि अभी बहुत सारे सॉल्व TMA आना बाकी है। आप अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर कीजिए। जब तक के लिए बाय।